inaugural Magical Kenya Travel Expo was a true showcase of Kenya's diverse tourism treasures. Organized by the Kenya Tourist Board, the Expo is an innovative masterpiece. A first in the region, the event provided a rare opportunity for the local stakeholders to showcase their products and services on a one-on-one basis with the international trade from 23 countries across the globe. The Expo has thus begun the journey for countless business opportunities. The two-day Expo that ran from October 19th to 20th brought together 170 travel agents and trade media from Kenya's source markets worldwide. Held at the mast-stop Kenyatta International Conference Center, the Expo was officially opened by Kenya's Vice President, Kalonzo Musyoka. What better way to represent Kenya, as Kalonzo is himself a one-time Minister of Tourism. Kalonzo reiterated the government's commitment to encouraging sustainable growth in the sector.
The government has in the past few years invested heavily in infrastructural projects that have a direct bearing on the growth of the tourism sector. We have, for instance, invested in the expansion and modernization of our airports as well as our roads. And we cannot wait to see this happen. The other day I was told that if we are not careful, Kigali in Rwanda will probably be the first capital in Africa, I think, to receive, maybe I don't know whether they received this in South Africa yet, but an Airbus A380. As you know, you have to board it from 2 levels, and we do not have that capability yet. We need to be able to move with speed. We are taking this challenge seriously. Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is undergoing serious expansion.
So far, the government has invested heavily in infrastructure, especially in the expansion of airports, roads, and the rail network. Day one was a trade meeting day. International operators were able to familiarize themselves with a huge variety of tourist products that Kenya has to offer. The interaction enabled local operators to better market Kenya. The 58 exhibitors outdid themselves, literally bringing different pieces of Kenya together.
We've managed to sensitize the public about what we do and the kind of benefits that they acquire from paying levy. After getting that levy, we make sure that we pay part of it to the Kenya Tourist Board to market the country as a tourist destination. Part of the money also goes to Kenya Utalii College to train students in the tourism industry. We have an upcoming Ronald Ngala Utalii College. Part of the money that remains is used to come up with the curriculums that are used for training students in the tourism industry.
Visitors sample the rich, delectable, mouth-watering menu of Kenyan delights. They had a feel of Kenya's culture thanks to the exhilarating performance by the Safari Kids. They also sampled the world's #1 tea, courtesy of the Kenya tea packers or Ketepa. In the evening, visitors got a chance to catch a fabulous bird's eye view of Nairobi during a cocktail on top of KICC, an exhilarating atmosphere indeed in the beautiful city in the sun. This was just the beginning of their unforgettable, magical experience in Kenya. Day 2 was Consumer Day, which gives consumers a chance to see what the world's travel industry has to offer. It was basically that much-needed, long-awaited forum for consumers to grab amazing offers from the trade. Exhibitors were at hand to give the public necessary information on Kenya's expanding tourism circuit. Indeed, the emerging domestic market has become an important contributor to Kenya's tourism industry, and the best ambassador, the Kenyans themselves. Most important is the fact that domestic tourism is resilient to shocks in the market. From the reactions of international travel guides the Expo captured and created emerging markets.
You have game drives which we generally not found in any other part of the world, so one feels so much excited to be in the jungle, and it's like experience out of the world. And on the whole day when you get tired, you have beautiful lodges to relax on, and food is no problem from Indians. You cater all type of food for Indians, so Indians love to do this type of game drives and explore the beach part like Mombasa and Dani area of the Kenya.
Kenya has developed a lot in terms of tourism, in terms of promoting and branding its gifts, its blessings. So Ethiopia is following, I can say, honestly speaking. We have a lot to do in terms of expanding and developing tourism. So we have a lot to learn from this event, and I see all working together for the same objective: the hotel, the airline, and the travel agents and tour operators and the resorts. And I see some regional councils promoting and branding, like I have the Mara, which we are planning to travel tomorrow.
Increasingly, Kenya is receiving tourists from Eastern Europe, China, Japan, Canada, India and America. Interestingly, the country is also receiving visitors from Nigeria, Chad, Ethiopia and the Gulf countries. The new breed of tourists not only travels for leisure but are also keen on doing business. They are a huge boost to the already fledgling conference tourism. It is therefore paramount that they become repeat visitors and encourage their friends and clients to visit Kenya. According to Tourism Minister Najib Balala, the travel fair could not have come at a better time. Balala, who recently was elected as the chair of the Executive Council of the United Nations Tourism Organization in Jeonju, South Korea, pointed out that the tourism sector had recorded a remarkable performance for the last half year.
2011 is the year of Kenya for tourism. It has been a record year. We estimate to gain up to 20% of what we projected in the year 2010. We estimate to have 1.7 to 1.8 million arrivals into Kenya. 1.3, 1.4 from our international airports, Mombasa and Nairobi.
The Expo successfully brought together Kenyan and international trade at a networking forum that was cost-effective. International operators were impressed by the array of services available, from our world-class hotels to safe air travel to readily available banking and medical services. Kenya is a one-stop shop. It brought wide and positive publicity for Kenya as a tourist destination. Most important, it effectively positioned Kenya as a safe tourist destination. The public turned up in huge numbers and could not resist the amazing, tantalizing offers. Exhibitors were at hand to give them information and offer them various affordable packages. Members of the public were simply blown away by what Kenya has to offer.
Actually, I've learned there's new properties that are coming up. They also the new tour operators. Yeah, so it's a good work.
It has been good and great because I've learned a lot about the safaris and about the cabin crew. It's good, yeah. But I've learned after studies I can come for attachments. They have given me like the business cards, I can call them. Yeah.
We are very pleased because we have received a lot of guests, especially at the Mara. We have received so many of them, and they have promised, like, because they are tour agents, so they have promised that probably they will come at the end of the year.
The magical Kenya Travel Expo was an enchanting cocktail of the sights, smells and sounds of Kenya. The Kenya Tourist Board has surely created a huge buzz in the industry. This is only the beginning of many expos to come, and indeed, the next expo promises to be bigger in size and better. All this, however, would not have been possible without the support of sponsors.
We hope to achieve two things, or three things basically. One is that the international trade that have come, and remember they are representing about 23 different countries spread from all continents. They have also come with their local media from their respective countries. So we expect that when they go back to their countries, they'll write positive stories about Kenya, positive stories about tourism in this country. We also expect that because they are meeting today on a trade day with our local trade, they will also be able to establish business links, and as a result of that, we expect that there's going to be a continuous flow of business into this country. Thirdly, and also very important, is that tomorrow is a Consumers' Day, and this is going to be free entrance for all Kenyans from all corners of this country. And obviously, when they come, we expect them to get some amazing offers so that they can proceed to do their holiday and book for their holidays in their festive season.
The reason we have you here is for you to enjoy the tranquility, the peace of Kenya, as we, people that live here and love it, know what it's about. I mean, the media can go to town and paint all kinds of pictures about Kenya, but I hope over the next couple of days you will see the true beauty of our really wonderful country.
The Kenya Tourist Board and Kenya Airways played a highly invaluable role towards the success of the Expo. And in their usual fashion, they had the most breathtaking stunts. The icing on the cake was the 5-day familiarization trip for the international trade. The world get to discover, experience and connect with Kenya. From the Rift Valley to the coast and on to the savannah, Kenya is a traveler's delight. Karibu to magical Kenya.